Consultants in Cleaning is excited to announce the addition of 2 new products to its ever-growing library of education and learning materials. Dick Ollek's new DVD entitled Increasing Profits Without Increasing Sales takes you step by step through the process of finding areas in your current operation that can add substantial dollars to your bottom line. The second offering is Dick's new book entitled Richard's Writings. He's bound all 50 of his 2012 blog postings into one book of over 100 pages. Now you can have them in one handy location, available for reference, and at a very affordable price. So go to the website, consultantsincleaning.com, and check out these latest offerings and all the other educational tools for your business. Both you and Dick will be glad you did. Welcome to Tripodcast, episode 280. It's Monday, March 25th, and Dick Ollek asks, are you shooting your customer? In this Tripodcast, Dick explores several ways that consciously and unconsciously we might be shooting our customers. Let's listen in.
I've entitled this Tripodcast, Are You Shooting Your Customer? You know, a few years ago, my friend Ian Gregg wrote a book entitled Don't Shoot Your Customer. And some of you may have it, hopefully all of you have it, but it's a great book on shooting our customer. And he writes as a subtitle, What in the World Are We Doing to Our Customers? So where did the title come from? Don't Shoot Your Customer. And to make sure that I give credit where credit is due, I'm going to read a paragraph or two from the book, from chapter 1. It's as strange as it may sound, we do shoot our customers. Or perhaps not in a literal sense, but we kill them nevertheless. The expression, don't shoot your customers, was part of a speech given by the Consulate General for Canada at a convention I attended, this is Ian, in Minneapolis. The event was a swearing in of my friend and business partner Bill Garland as president of BOMA. In his speech, the Consulate General explained that he is often asked the difference between Canadians and Americans. He was discussing our beginnings as fur traders and merchants buying from and selling to the Indians. The fact is, he said, that today we share many things in common: language, education, religion, ethics, business drive, along with the largest undefended border in the world. He went on to explain that during our founding times, America had over 150 Indian wars, while Canada had none. He therefore reasoned that the Canadian peace-loving relationship with the Indians was based on an old adage of business: don't shoot your customers. Think about that. You know, Ian goes on to say he says I must admit that his simple insight hit me like the proverbial ton of bricks. He says this statement describes exactly what we do. We spend years building a relationship with our customer, only to destroy it in a few months or a few days. And we do, some of us, don't we? But it's a great read, and Ian did a great job on doing it. And think about that. We do shoot our customers. 150 Indian wars the Americans had. And, you know, one of the great movies today, all the movies today, a lot of the old Westerns are Indian wars, aren't they? How the cavalry were fighting the Indians. We're shooting our customers. But anyway, so what are some of the ways, you know, we talked about that in the Indian wars, but what are some of the ways that we shoot our customers today? Well, let's just list a few of them. How do you answer the telephone? Is it just, hey, what do you want? I remember a man talking a couple of years ago about when he called up and they said, "Hi, what do you want?" And his answer was, "Not to talk to you." But how do we answer the phone? Does your customer want to be your customer after they talk to whomever answers your telephone? Or is it some kind of a recorded message that press 1 for this, press 3 for that, press 5 for this, and if you're like me, I press 0 and get lost. And then I may or may not call back, or I get angry. So how do you answer the phone? And if you're answering it live, and how does that person sound? Have you ever just called your own company and disguise yourself as a customer to see how it sounded. It's amazing. Another way that we shoot our customers, and this is a company-wide thing, is explaining we don't do that. I had a real struggle in my own company getting my people to understand that we can provide, our job is to provide service for our customers. Not only to provide the service, but to provide the satisfaction that goes along with that service. And when somebody says we don't do that, somebody would say, well, can you add this service, or can you do this too? They would maybe talk to one of our supervisors or to an area manager. We don't do that. And what does that do? That sends your customer the message that they need to go to somebody else to get that service done. And once they go to somebody else to get that service done, guess what? That competitor of yours wants that cleaning contract as well. So another way that we shoot our customers is how we handle complaints. There's the old adage, the 2 rules of dealing with a customer. Rule number 1 is the customer's always right. Rule number 2 is if you think the customer's wrong, refer to rule number 1. And I always told our people the customer's right. And if we don't like the way the customer performs, then it's our obligation and our responsibility to cancel the customer. That's what we are supposed to do. And we should, in the meantime, if we don't like them or can't deal with them, we shouldn't be critical of them. We shouldn't be mean to them. We shouldn't handle complaints like they're always complaining. If we don't like doing business with them, we should cancel them. You'll probably pay the price. I was always very diligent in trying to retain customers, because early on in my career, like 2 years into owning my own company, I had my VP tell me we should cancel a $7,500 a month account. And we were only doing about $30,000 a month then. And we canceled that contract, and it almost put us under. We weren't making a lot of money, but it was paying a lot of bills. And so I listened, and I learned from that. And that is, we handle customers with kid gloves because they're the ones that are paying the bills. And if we can't stand that customer, then it's our obligation to get rid of them and just tell them that we need to move on. We shouldn't wait. We shouldn't mistreat them to the point that they then call and cancel us. I hope I said that in a nice way. But and another way that we shoot our customers is by showing a lack of concern. Oh, we didn't dump our trash for a week? Oh, okay, we'll get to it. I'll follow up on that. I had a supervisor, or excuse me, I had an administrative person in my office one time say, Dick, if the customer just would quit calling, we could get a lot of work done here. And I explained to her that if the customer didn't call, there would be no work for her or for anyone else. So we better be hoping the customer's calling and asking for more work. And even if they're calling to complain about something, it's an opportunity for us to repair a situation that didn't go so well. Well, I didn't take her to lunch and buy hers to go, but I did ask her to leave the organization shortly thereafter, because if I had people with that kind of an attitude, I did not want them on my payroll. And I just felt that strongly about it. Think about that. If the customer didn't call, we could get something done around here. Well, anyway. So it might be a good time for you and your organization to review all the ways that you interact with your customers, see how you're doing, and if there's anything that needs to be changed, change it yesterday. I've listed a few, but I'm sure you can think of some more reasons why, some more ways that we shoot our customers. But do that exercise. Think of all the ways that you interact with customers, and how do you interact? How are you handling it? Are you doing it well? And if not, maybe you ought to correct it. Thanks for watching and listening.
You've been listening to a Tripodcast, short video and audio presentation about important topics in our industry. If you're a current subscriber to the Tripodcast, thank you. We appreciate it. If you're not yet a subscriber, please check it out. It's free and it's easy. Come to www.tripodcast.com, enter your email address on the right-hand column, and click subscribe. We'll send you out a new Tripodcast every Monday morning.